Our immediate concern, and obvious concern right now, is for Devin Lucian, who suffered a head injury. We don't know the extent of it, but he's being transported to the hospital. He's in very good hands. Dr. DiFiore is on his way there. We have contacted and talked to his mother, so she's aware of the situation. As always, we're going to be overly cautious with anything that has to do with the head, neck, or spine. You know, that's not a toughness issue. But you know, we're praying for him and thinking about him, and you know, he's in good hands. So that's all I know right now. And as information becomes available, obviously we'll let you know. I think any time that something like that happens and you see an ambulance come onto a field of play, it you know, it's tough, especially for younger guys, and that's their friend. But we'll just keep them in our thoughts and prayers and hope for the best. That was an outstanding practice, given the fact that it was hot. It's practice number 10. We've been pushing them hard. I think that they've really responded well. We've been demanding an awful lot of these guys, and it's not always perfect, but they keep raising up to it, and I'm really proud of the way that they're working. Into the practice there, we worked a lot of situations, you know, end of game situations that may or may not come up, but if they do come up, then we want to make sure that we're ready for them, and we're going to practice those things constantly. So I like the direction we're headed. It's hard to be ecstatic about anything right now, obviously, because, you know, you're just thinking about, you know, someone we all love, Devin Lucian. So I'll just leave it at that.
Do you know what hospital they took?
I don't know. No, I didn't ask that question. My concern is just, you know, Devin's health. I didn't get into the specifics of that. What I do know is this: is that John DiFiore is one of the finest physicians in America and has an amazing grasp on head injuries, and so he couldn't be with a better person than Dr. DiFiore.
Any idea exactly what happened to cause the injury?
Looked to me, and from what I've heard, is that he hit his head on the ground. I believe it was when he was making one of his, you know, rather spectacular but sometimes typical Devin Lucian catches that, you know, we've kind of grown accustomed to seeing, and you know, it shook him up a little. So we'll find out the extent of it.
That was on that touchdown?
I'm not sure exactly what play it was,
okay.
But, you know, he's really been practicing well. He put together a few really good practices, so we're just going to hope for the best.
Didn't he lose consciousness? You know?
I don't know that either. I do not know those facts.
Jake Brendel was out here. Is he okay?
Yeah, well, he's not okay, but he's going to be. You know, he'll be out a few days. It was an MCL. It's pretty moderate. You know, there's a lot of guys that are out. Now, you know, obviously, our main concern right now is Devin. But, you know, besides the injury to Devin today, and we'll see where that goes, you know, Sam Handler hurt his knee and Cameron Griffith hurt his shoulder. But other than that, it's really just the customary bumps and bruises that you get, you know, 10 days into training camp. You know, we're relatively healthy. We've stayed relatively healthy. But once again, you know, you say all those things and then your mind goes right back to Devin. So that's kind of where what I'm thinking about right now.
How hard is it to keep kind of a balance when you're 10 in and you know they're pretty exhausted, but you need to push them to...
It's really hard, Tracy. I mean, it's one of the hardest parts of coaching. You know, is you know where you want to go, and you know what it's going to take to get there, but you also have to have some empathy for the fact that, you know, they're tired, they're worn out, they've been giving us everything that they have, and so, you know, you have to find that balance, and you hope that you can lean on your experience. And for me, the fact that we've been up here the last couple of years in these conditions has helped. You know, it's helped me understand when we need to take a break and get in the shade, or cut practice back, or cut plays, or change kind of the focus of a practice. But you always want to try to keep moving forward. But it's not easy, you know. And then when something like this happens, and although, you know, it's part of any athletic endeavor, you question everything. Everything. So.
All right, thanks guys.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.